Mm. Oh, I think it says I'm live. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, hey, hey. Good Saturday evening. Good Saturday evening. Now, what we got going on up in here this evening? What we got going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was debating on if I'm going to come on tonight, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to come on tonight. I'm gonna see if somebody gonna come on tonight and just hang out with me for a little bit. I have a few topics I want to talk about tonight. Just some little stuff that I was watching some other people talk about, some hot topics or whatever. So I'm gonna be talking about that. Let me see. Just a few. I think I put it in the description what it's gonna be about, and then I open it up. So if anybody has anything to say, if anybody has anything to talk about, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. You have to bear with me. You have to bear with me. I may be a little struggle right now. I'm just starting out, so bear with me. Let me see what we got going on. I'm not going to wait and say, oh, let me see if anybody's going to come in. It is what it is. I'm going to start and just go from there. Hopefully you checked out my live from this morning and watch me shave my hair. If you did, and watch me shave my head and find out why I did that again. If you don't mind, please subscribe. Hit the like button on the replay game. Please send me a comment. Let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know where you're watching from. And let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we're talking about. Okay. What is the first subject on this Saturday night chit chatting? Let's see what we're talking about first on Saturday night chit chatting. You know what? Let's talk about Miss Jess Hilarious again from the Breakfast Club. I talked about her a little bit yesterday, not negatively, but talked about her a little bit yesterday. So watching the Dollhouse Reacts over Voodoo Doll TV. Check her out. Love her. And she was talking about I think the Shannon Sharp interview with Jess Hilarious. And something that I didn't see when I didn't watch the whole thing, was a picture of Jess that she had that's causing a lot of controversy with Jess and her son. Now, I think the picture was nicely done, but it was of Jess in the nude, and she had her son covering her privates pretty much, but he was sitting on top of her and she was holding him, or whatever situation is. I'll be honest. Do I think it's appropriate, or would I have done that? Absolutely not. However, when people got their children, do what you want to do with your children. You understand me? Do what you want to do with your children. But because people are talking about it, I said, well, let me just give my opinion. I feel like it's okay. I love to be in the nude. I just like to be in the nude. Did I walk around the nude around my boys? No. Me and my daughter, something different. Me and my mom, something different. So I get that. I understand. My daughter's a lot more free, not telling her business, but she's a lot more free around her son because she breastfed her son. They had a different relationship. So I get that. No judgment on that. But my judgment, I guess, comes when you present it before the public. And you give us the right to comment on it. That's what I have an issue with, the way it looks. And he wasn't a newborn. You know how they do the newborns and skin to skin. He wasn't a newborn. This baby had to be about 4 or 5 years old, it looks like to me. That was a bit much. Again, I don't agree with it, but he's not my child. Do I feel like it's something that it should have made a big? Well, yeah, I think, yeah. If I was just looking at it, just to be honest, if I was just looking at it, nice picture, but keep it in your house. Keep that. That's kitchen table talk type situation. Keep that type of pictures and situation. Keep it in your house. That's between you and your family. We don't need to see that unless you want us to tell you our opinions. Then we got a conversation. So anyways, but again, beautiful picture, beautiful child. Jess, I believe, is a beautiful woman. Would I consider her hilarious? No, but she's not, I'm not her audience, so that's okay. But yeah. Move on. Waka Flocka. I don't know any of Waka Flocka's music. I don't know anything outside of Love and Hip Hop and Miss Deb Aunt, his mama, and that's all I know about Waka Flocka and Tammy and the shows and all that. The reality TV part of it. I don't know any of his music or anything like that. However, Waka Flocka was on some podcast or doing some interview, and somebody asked him, she asked him if he if they, I'm gonna say in my words, if they were in the ocean and the boat tipped over or whatever, who would he save, his child or his wife? Waka Flocka said he would save his wife. And of course, the first thing everybody hollering out, how the same thing, but that's because you don't have children. Because most mothers would save the child that came out of them. I'm saving my child and get another man type situation. However, I know he treated Charlie like he had raised Charlie as his and all of that. It's different. I have stepchildren. There is a difference. However, I get what he's saying. Do I agree? No, but I do understand it. Unfortunately, it's the way some men think. He said in his opinion, he would save his wife because he can get another child. He can make another child. Now, first of all, you don't have children, so I wouldn't be too quick to say that. No shade. However, he said, yeah, I can get another child. I can't get another wife. He said, I can't make another wife. No, but you can get another wife. What are you talking about? You can make another child, but you can't make that child. There's something special about that child. All of your children are supposed to be different, treated different, whatever situation is. So to just assume that, yeah, you can just get rid of one or leave one and go make another one is a little ludicrous to me, but that's how some men think, unfortunately. I think it's could you imagine a child that would have to hear that? Like, even if you thought that to say it, that's awful. I feel like they said, most mothers would say, save my child. Don't save me. Because again, if you save me and you let my child go, guess what's going to happen? There is no more me and you. That would be stupid. Like, who would do that? You. What we talking about here? You think I'm going to lay up in the bed with you and be intimate and stuff, and you don't just let my baby go because you wanted to keep me? But to me, your selfish reasons. I get both sides. There's both sides. Up, down, in, out, yin yang type situation. I get both sides though. I understand where he's coming from, but I also understand how that's hard to hear and kind of low-key disrespectful. And you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's pretty tough. You understand me? If I heard my husband, and thank God I ain't married right now, but if I was married and I heard my husband, that would be a conversation. No, baby, we got to talk about this. Yeah, because I don't live. Anyways, y'all get it. You get it. But again, I get both sides. Get both sides. This one is a little bit sad because people say, well, you shouldn't talk about children. And it's hard to talk about subjects when children are involved without actually talking about children. And I'm not talking about this child in a negative way, not the child. Some of the actions of the mother may have caused some issues with the child, possibly, I don't know. And that needs to be discussed. That's the problem. The child is not the problem. This is a beautiful baby. I feel like perfect in his own right. He's perfect. The problem I have is I was watching somebody on YouTube, and I can't remember who it was, some guy, and he put up that picture that I think the last picture Chrisean put up, one of the pictures she put up, where it just showed kind of like the back side of Junior. and uh with his arm kind of propped up, and the dude said something about his arm. Yeah, look at him. He's sitting up there. His arm is propped up. Now, mind you, this baby is over a year and a half old, or whatever. He'll be 2 in September, something like that, I believe. Oh, look at him. And then he said something that kind of bothered me. Yeah, he said, yeah, because I heard he's walking now. Really? So we gonna sit here and play like we stupid. We don't see what we see. We don't know what we. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be intelligent, smart. You just got to have a little bit of common sense. So you telling me this baby that can't even hold his weight up is walking now? Come on, dude. The reason I feel like that's so disrespectful is because it makes it seem like something's wrong with the baby himself. Stop doing that. Stop making him seem more advanced than what he is. Wherever his advancement is at this state, this is his journey. Stop making it seem like because we know statistically he should be further along than what he is. So there seem like there may be some delays. However, we don't have to point out what he's not what he's not doing or what a situation is, but try to make up stuff to say he's not. If all he's doing now on his own is sitting up straight, let's congratulate that baby for that. Give him that. Don't make up no crap talking about he's playing football. This baby may not ever. Oh, now he's perfect like he is. Let him grow. Let him mature. Let him see what he's going to be in his life. We don't. And again, it's not coming against the baby. Now, we're not going to play games because you had a lot of people. Now, when I was watching, I just was watching, again, the Dollhouse Voodoo, the Dollhouse Reacts, and Voodoo was talking about how, or some people in the comments were talking about how, like, Chrisean was, she was, because Voodoo was pointing out, like, all of the things that Chrisean was doing when she was, that we saw allegedly, but that we saw that they showed on the camera. The drink, and it wasn't like she was just sipping on a little wine or taking a little, a little puff or whatever every now and again. She was drinking bottles allegedly, but what they showed on TV, bottles of Hennessy. The people said, "Well, you have to be fair." That's because she was going to actually AB the baby. That makes that okay. Because even if that's the case, before she AB the baby, she's still affected. Come on, ladies, we got to do better. Our young girls. And I'm gonna tell you my own personal oops. I have an own personal oops. My own personal oops is because I had heard somewhere, I can't remember where, it's been a while ago, that the doctor said it was okay to smoke a little bit and of course drink a little bit wine or what a situation is, smoke a little bit of marijuana every now and what the situation is. That's what I know. I heard that when my daughter was pregnant, I told her what I heard. And not I gave her permission because that's not my place. But I did let her know. No, I heard the doctor said that it was okay to smoke a little bit or whatever situation is, and I feel bad. Thank God my granddaughter is a beautiful baby that don't have any issues behind anything. And my daughter, but she wasn't doing it like that. But you know what I'm saying? But I feel bad because when you put that information out there and tell these young people that this is okay, then this is the result. What we do, we use it as a cautionary tale. That's what I think. Use it as a cautionary tale. Use it as a case of what not to do. Not to badmouth the baby or talk bad about the baby, nothing like that. But what not to do to the other people that's coming up behind her, because she has a lot of people that is, we got to teach our young people better than that. We have to teach them better than that. And again, I'm an old, and I put that out there to my own child. You hear me? So not to hurt my child, hurt my grandchild, but let's tell the truth, shame the devil. I did. We have to do better. We can't keep allowing or just allowing people to do whatever and just hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. Oh no. No, I'm a person to believe, and I've said this many times. I'm a person to believe if you see something, say something. If you see something, say something. But I made a mistake. I made a mistake, told and not encouraged her, but I did tell her that I thought it was okay for her to occasionally puff and pass. And but when you know better, hopefully we do better. And I feel like I'm learning better. So I'm trying. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect, but we got to do better, especially when it comes to our children. We have to do better. When I say I get so caught up, and when I be watching TV, when you start watching certain things and the algorithm starts sending you more stuff along those lines, it is the most awful stuff. You can't watch. I've watched so many cases of the parents and the step parents and the girlfriends and boyfriends, the families, just whatever, how they're treating these babies and taking them out unalive and abuse, just all kinds of horrible stuff. I'm like, man, we got to do better. But what it's going to take is those of us that know better. We have to step up and start saying enough is enough. We got to change some stuff. We got to do some things different. It's going to take us to actually step up. I feel like the generation, my grandmother's generation, was one of the last generations that really did that. My mom's generation, to me, in my opinion, was the generation of the drug, the crack epidemic. That's when we was dealing with a lot of that. Now, I was not a crack baby, thank God, but I know my mom drank heavily with my middle brother, and he came out just shaking and nervous. His whole life, he was shaking and nervous, or what the situation is. But I feel like my grandmother's era, they used to, they raised most of their grandchildren. They used to be the ones to, it was that type of situation to where, if they saw you outside doing something and they could pop you upside the head and then go tell your mom, and your mom gonna whoop your tail when you get home. That type of situation. Nowadays, you can't even check or correct a young person doing something without the mama coming and want to whoop your tail. They want to whoop you because they child doing something. And then we figure out why we going to hell in a handbasket almost. So again, I don't feel like other people should discipline other people's children. However, we need to bring back the elders correcting in a loving, respectful, in a that type of way, not just saying what they saying, because my children always knew you don't have to respect people. Well, you have to respect people because they're elders, but you don't have to trust them. You don't have to. No. We're not going to do that. When my granddaughter, my daughter's grandfather, he said something one time. He was just joking with her, but he said something and it wasn't true. And so she said, "No, that's not." And I said, "What does that sound like to you?" She said, "A lie." When I say, "Oh my God," she didn't say he was lying, but she said, "It sounds like a lie." I said, "Exactly. That's because it is a lie." Oh my God. He felt like that was the most disrespectful. You don't you don't tell. She didn't call you a lie. She said what you were saying was a lie. It was. I didn't teach my children that, oh no, you can't say the word lie. I couldn't say the word lie as a child. I had to say story. Oh, they're telling a story. I couldn't say lie, definitely to no grown person. Oh, my children can say lie. They can't tell you a lie, but they can say lie. It's a lie. That's a lie what you just said. Now, if you keep lying over and over, you a lie. But I'm just saying, so we got to do better. My hope is that we actually bring back that type of community. I think it's a sense of community, what we're missing, that village that the Bible talks about to raise a child. I think if we bring that back, everybody not concerned with my foe and no more, if we bring that back, then yeah, I think we'll probably turn some things around. I think we'll turn some things around. Hopefully. That's my hopefully. And talking about the children's situation, right? Now, I'm not talking about the place London. I don't know who London is. I'm gonna tell you the truth, shame the devil. Who he is not important to me. It's the story and the subject matter. So London, he was on some live or something, and it was 3 little girls and a little boy that was there. Looked like I believe his children. And the little girl came and whispered to him, the little boy is over there playing with girl toys. And he flipped immediately. What? Get over here. Didn't I tell you? Type situation. Oh, everybody was upset. Folks got in their feelings about that. I get, again, and I try to be fair. I get both sides. I get both sides. I get what he was saying. Do I agree? No, I don't agree with boys shouldn't be able to play with girls' toys and girls shouldn't be able to play with boys. I don't believe that should be the case. That if that's the case, girls shouldn't wear blue, boys can't wear pink. That's ridiculous. That's a mentality, in my opinion. That's a societal type mentality. I feel like that. I don't know if I ever heard my ex-husband say to my boys that they couldn't play with girl toys. I can't remember that. Do I remember ever seeing them just sit up and play with my daughter's dolls or something? Absolutely not. Would never. Do you understand me? I don't know if I remember them even having action figures that look like dolls. I don't remember. The crazy thing is, we were two licensed ministers in the church, raised our children in the church. I homeschooled them the latter part of their lives. I think my daughter was going to the 6th grade. My youngest son was going to the maybe 5th grade, and my oldest was going to the 8th or 9th grade, something like that. And I started homeschooling. Shouldn't have ever done that. However, I had good intentions. I feel like the fact that I got two boys that both turned out gay. Like, what are we trying to prevent here? What are we trying to prevent here? What are we trying to stop by telling them they can't play with toys? What we're stopping is allowing those children to develop healthy skills, how to deal with life, to play with a baby doll. That'll help that young. I feel like, this is just my opinion. Don't take it for whatever it's worth. I feel like it would help that young child when they get older know how to handle children. It's okay for a man to be vulnerable and feel that vulnerability with their child and hug them and love them and whatever. That's okay. You don't have to stay away from, oh, that's the mama's child. No. It's okay. It's okay to cry around your child. It's okay to show that side to your children. It's okay to be that's okay. And to be affectionate with your children, healthy. I believe it teaches you that. I believe even with the girl, I feel like it may teach your daughters. I feel like it just teaches healthy or balance. If that's the word I'm looking for. It teaches a balance. However, can I go in there and tell that man what to do in his house? Absolutely not. I didn't tell my husband he can't tell my boys they can't play. No, that's how he, as a man, wanted to run his house. That's his business. Again, I didn't see anything abusive. The little boy seemed a little skittish. And I think it was a little telling that the little girl only told because she wanted the actual toy. She wanted it. So she manipulated that. And that was me. I was a manipulator. When I could manipulate my dad, type situation. So she manipulated, in my opinion, to get it. And so she got him in trouble. However, you could tell that was a rule in that house. And that little boy knew that is a no-no. He knew that was a no-no. Let that man raise his children. I think, sir, I don't know what's going on in your house. If that's one of your only hiccups, it was 4 children there. And he's right there with them in the same room. See, I don't know. Again, I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't see if he cussed them out or popped them upside the head. I didn't watch the whole thing. Just what I saw. Good for you. We need more active fathers. Let's keep the fathers in the home. Let's keep the fathers interacting. Let's allow them a little grace when they make a mistake. Now, if they out here abusing it, that's something entirely different. Let's speak up for that. But when it comes to something like this, if there needs to be a slight correction, that's okay. Let's give a little slight correction. Like, okay, maybe not in front of the world, or maybe not so harsh in front of the world. Maybe that's kitchen table talk with you and your children. Take that to the back so we don't have to get in your business. That's what I feel like. But as long as you present it in front of us, now it becomes our right to have an opinion. it becomes all right to have an opinion, how I feel about it. So my thing and my reason to even talking about that is I think somebody was saying something like is it, like it asked the question, like, is it okay for the boys to play with and they said, somebody said, yeah, my mom or my dad wouldn't let and I remember my brother, I didn't have any sisters, I had two older brothers. My brother used to play dolls with me. My next to the oldest brother, he would play dolls with me. He never played the daddy. He never, or no, he might have played the daddy. I couldn't be the mom if he was the dad. That type of situation. There was rules, but the most thing, the most part he played when he played dolls with me was the barber. I think that was the last time I asked him to play dolls. I almost forced him to play dolls. I wanted him to play dolls with me, and he was like, "No, I don't want to play dolls." And I said, so I went, "Mama, he won't play dolls with me." My mom said, "Boy, play dolls or whatever, situation." I don't know if she really told me that, but I'm just saying I forced him to kind of play with me. He was pissed off about that. When I tell you, my brother said, "Okay, we're going to play dolls. I'll be the barber." When I tell you, this dude, Lord, if anybody don't watch me, I got baby cat out here running amok. I don't know what she's doing. Oh, hold on. You go. Another cat was over here bullying baby cat. I'm sorry. She was warning me somebody's over here. Just had to scare somebody off. Anyways, doggone it. Where was I at? Baby cat quit distracting me. I should have had my curtains closed. Let me see. My brother. So he said, "Oh, I'm gonna be the barber." When I say, he said, "Okay, go get your babies and bring them to the barbershop." I said, "Okay." So when I took him to the barbershop, I'm thinking I'm gonna sit here, with my magazine. I'm gonna watch my baby. Go on and leave them here. I said, "Okay." When I say I came back to pick my babies up a little bit later, they was all bald. Oh my God. I cried. I think my mama probably beat the crap out of him. I cried. Oh my God, I cried. He cut all my baby doll's hair off, and it was multiple. Go get all your babies. You dirty. When I say I never asked him again to play dolls, nope. He taught me. However, it wasn't a thing of, oh, he can't play dolls. I didn't have no sisters. What was I gonna do? Y'all think about the other part of it. Think about me. What about me? I was a little girl. I needed somebody to play with. I need to play with a baby doll with somebody, doggone it. That's how dirty some brothers are to their little sisters. We got to do better, brothers. No, I miss my brother. When I tell you I miss my brother, I miss my doggone brother. Shoot, it don't get no better than him. He took real good care of me. Okay, the next subject I wanted to talk about, or the next thing I want to talk about, was Dr. Damon from Married to Medicine. Now we know Dr. Damon's wife is Dr. Heavenly. I think her Heavenly Smile. She's a dentist. Do beautiful work from what I've seen. People go to her, and if I'm not mistaken, I remember years ago somebody saying, like, it's in the thousands and thousands to get their teeth done. I want to say somebody said they paid $80,000 and she don't take insurance. Understand me? So I feel like if that's the case, that means she must be somewhat good. She got a really good clientele. So she must be somewhat good. Ain't nobody closed her down yet. When I say they showed a picture of Dr. Damon's mouth, I was so disappointed. Don't ask. I was so disappointed. Let me tell you why. Anybody that's watched me a number of times know I got a jacked up grill. I maybe have 10 teeth in my mouth. I've had a lot of struggles at the dentist. I got 3 or 4 bottoms, partials, 1 or 2 tops, and they still a mess. They look a mess. Do you know what I would give if I had somebody in my household that could fix this for free? Just a little sugar or a little, little sugar. Oh my God. Not to mention, he's a doctor, she's a doctor. They're both on reality TV. They making money. You understand me? He could get his mouth fixed. And I understand he's saying, but there's nothing wrong with my mouth. I'm good with my mouth like this. I get that. I understand that. It's unnecessary. I don't need to put on for nobody. However, it's not a good look for your wife and her business, though. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I would be so disappointed if my husband wouldn't let me hook him up, because you're a walking billboard. You're my billboard. If people feel like you don't trust me, that's what it gives, that you don't even trust me. The men I sleep with, that I have children with, don't trust me. How am I supposed to expect other people to come in here and let me operate on them? Charge them that much money? Like, that would be so disappointing to me. And I only talked about that only because of the fact that, man, if the struggle that some of us go through, you understand me? The struggle that some of us go through with our mouths, and he got a golden goose laying in his bed, and he won't just go on and, baby, hook me up real fast. What I would do, what I would do, what I would do, what I would do. He always, look, I don't have my comments up on here, but I can see you. I'm watching you. Hey, hey, hey. Let me go and put you up, doggone it. You came right on time. You know why you came right on time? I was just on my last subject, doggone it. I was on my last subject. So I had to take the comments out, because if I don't, I get distracted if somebody come in. So you the first comment. You the only comment. So I'm doing all right then. You see your girl trying to do a little. I'm learning always. I'm doing my thing. Let me say this. I appreciate you so much. And I said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. I don't give a doggone. Tell me to stop saying it. I don't care what you say. Thank you so much for the Cash App. This doggone live is sponsored by Always That Girl #1. You understand me? Sent me another Cash App, blessing my soul. Called me, gave me her. Thank you. I appreciate you so much, helping me out in such a. Thank you. You didn't come, and let me say this, it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. You didn't come on here just trying to give me instruction, telling me what I'm doing wrong, whatever situation is. You came on here and blessed me, and then you encouraged me. You done sent folks my way. Do you understand me? Whenever I do have somebody in the chat, guess what? Most of them know you, because you sent them over here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying to do this doggone always. I'm trying. I appreciate you, but I'm trying. I'm learning. So I appreciate you being patient with me too. You said, I have been running around all day, humbled by your words. You know what? Get you some rest. At least you got out, right? You took care of your stuff, did what you had to do. I appreciate you. I really do. Thank you so much. Let me see. I've been on here for 33 minutes though. What I'm gonna try to do, my goal is to tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna come on tomorrow. My goal is maybe tomorrow I can cut up this live and the other live and into segments, like, and take the talking points and make them short. I know you was telling me about the short, and I'm like, yeah, my shorts usually do better anyways, but I know that brings in the people. So I said, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. So yeah. Not liquor store. Look, you say liquor store, it makes me look, it reminds me, I done been on here talking for how long? 33 minutes. I ain't puffed and not passed, not one time. You understand me? I can't wait till I get off though, because I'm gonna start. See, at the liquor, I know that's right. You got any more plans for the weekend? I know I don't. Doggone it. I know I ain't got no more plans. Look, no more plans as if I had some. I plan to cut my hair and did. And did. So I'm gonna actually try to get me some rest. I think I slept for about 2 hours earlier, and for some reason, it seemed like 2 hours is the going rate for the day. 2 hours for a day. But I feel rested. I'm not really tired like that. I feel rested. But I'm gonna get some more stuff taken care of, and try to get myself together a little bit better. You said no, just chilling out and sipping and eating. I know that's right. Don't you know I'm still eating on those doggone burritos? Still burping up burrito. It's still good. Tastes better even 3 days later. So I said, well, it's the end of the month. We got the April Fools coming up, don't we? Hope people don't play games with me. I hope, look, I got a doggone April Fool's story. When I was in the church, heavy in the church, you hear me? I had a girlfriend called me, a girlfriend we've been girlfriends since ninth grade. She called me and she's like, oh, Scylla, something happened. My neighbor, she had told me about her neighbor before. My neighbor came over here and we got into it and I pushed her. She fell off the fell off the porch and they called the police. I'm in back of the police car. When I tell you, I went to Shandine. Oh, I started speaking in tongues. I told her, shut up. You in the back of the police car. They recording you. Don't say a word. You tell them that she came at you and you tried and accidentally. Oh, I start. Where the children at? She asked, where the babies at? She lives up in Atlanta. Oh, I start trying to figure out. Me and my husband got to get up there to get these babies. You don't say a word though. I start shining. It was so bad. She got so nervous and she felt so bad. She hung up the phone. That scared me because I'm thinking, oh God, the police is there. Oh God, they supposed to take her down. Oh my God, I kept calling her back. She ain't answering. She ain't answering because she feels so bad. She's like, oh my God, she's praying for me. Oh, I start casting out demons. I start telling the doggone devil, oh devil, get away from her. You can't have a devil. Oh, I start confessing that the lady didn't die because she said, oh, it's blood. Oh God, she didn't die. There is no, it was just an accident. When I say my girlfriend, that was the last April Fool. She used to do April Fools every year. That was her last April Fool. She said, I will never do another April Fool's. Thank you. Don't do it with me. I can't play like that. I'm too serious. Like, I'm going to action. What you talking about? Get the Bible. Where's the Lord? Get the anointing oil. You understand me? That's how I get serious about the situation. She over here playing. I'm trying to get the bait. Don't play with me with April Fool. I'm not going to give you the response you're looking for, doggone it. You're not going to get the response that you're looking for. You know what? I looked for the playlist. I went to my emails, both emails. I checked my spam, my trash. I was like, where's this playlist? I couldn't find it. Couldn't find it. You know, I'm a little slow. Gotta be patient. You know, you might have to send it 2 or 3 times. He said, but you're telling her to what? Exactly. I'm sitting here trying to coach her on what to do. Hey, tell them it was, and I'm like, stop talking. They recording you, girl. You in the back of the police car. They recording everything you say. Please don't say you pushed her. Say it was you accidentally fall because you was coming out the door and she attacked you and you was trying to get self-defense. We got to get our story. I'm already in front of the lawyer. You hear me? I'm in front of the judge. By this time, she in the car and the police. I'm in front of the judge. So we got our defense. I got my defense together. Do you understand me? Somebody told me, girl, you should have been a lawyer because you'll go to bat and fight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm fighting for you. I got you. I got your back. A mess. Well, she no longer does that. So everybody is welcome. Everybody in Atlanta and around the world is welcome. I did that for you. A hot mess, doggone it. That was probably what I was still married when that happened. So that had to be about 15 years ago. She ain't done nothing since. She been nervous ever since. Anywho. Well, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna be on here very long tonight. Baby cat just got me distracted. She out here going around. I'm like, what is she doing? Like, why is she out here distracting me? She don't know I'm in here, but why is she out here distracting me? She trying to let me know it's another cat over here threatening her. First of all, she ready to eat. Then she trying to tell me it's another cat over here. Come get this cat. I'm like, oh, get away from baby cat. I should have had my curtains closed, but I'm nosy. I knew she was gonna be out here this early. I mean, this late. She don't care. Well, this is early for her though. This is early for her. She's a hot mess. She need a job. Anybody hiring? I got a neighbor was just moved in, and I went out there this morning and talked to her, and she talked about she want a cat. I was like, "You can have a baby cat." She was like, "It's a baby cat." Well, she a teenage cat, but you welcome to her. You definitely can have her. She kind of looked at me like, "Girl, if you don't leave me alone." Look, I gave her my YouTube channel, so if you're on here, hey, you welcome to baby cat. Let me tell you something. You welcome to baby cat. I even help you feed her. Thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. It feels better for me. It takes the anxiety out of it. I already have anxiety. It takes the anxiety because again, I think the last straw was yesterday. I went to the store, to the dispensary, tell the truth, shame the devil, and with a bonnet on my head. I walked out the house like that, not to the mailbox, not to the office, to the out the house, to the store, to the dispensary with a bonnet on. I said enough is enough. And I prefer this. I love to get in the shower. Let me tell you something. I love to get in the shower and just let the water just run. When I say that is the most refreshing, that when you got, they say 4C, if there's a such thing as 4D, E, or F, I would probably have F. When you got that type of hair, baby, you can't do that in the shower. You can't even think about sweating because your hair start doing, you can feel it starting to tighten up. Bad. Worse than my daddy. I never forget when I was young, I took cosmetology classes in high school. And so I thought I knew a little something. Didn't, but I thought I did. So when I moved up to Colorado with my dad after high school, he was getting Jerry curls at the time. And he had got a Jerry curl. And he was like, the next day when he woke up, I was like, who did your hair? That is awful. It was just an afro. There was no curl, no Jerry, nothing. He had plenty juice, but that was it. It was just wet, just sitting there wet and nappy. I said, Daddy, let me do your hair. I went to school. You hear me? I went to cosmetology school. Let me do your hair. I've done, and at that time, I had done many Jerry curls. I used to do all people Jerry curls. Mind you, I ain't but 19. Didn't know what the F I was doing, but I had done multiple Jerry curls at that time. And I did my daddy's hair. When I tell you, oh, that was a bad situation. First of all, it took forever. It didn't break down. It didn't relax. It didn't do none of that. But it looked pretty good after I was done. Immediately after, I said, see what the situation is? I told you I could do it. When I tell you the next day he woke up, no more Jerry, no curl, nothing. You understand me? I said, that's why I have my struggles. Not only him, my mama, almost everybody else, all her siblings had good hair. Had that Indian, that Indian hair. That they had all that silky hair. They kids had that good hair. They could just throw a little something. Didn't have to necessarily perm it, but they could. Had baby hair. I ain't never in my life had a baby hair or nothing. You understand me? Hair nowhere. My whole body is like a baby's bottom. Just not because I shave. I can show you under my arms right now. No hair under my arm, and I don't shave. I had Nair. I used that one time and it smelled so bad. It smelled like a perm or something. Oh, it smells so bad. A Jerry curl, actually. It smells so bad, I can't use it. So I don't use it. And I didn't need it, but I thought the little fine hairs, I can get those off because I'm scared to shave because I'm scared I'm going to cut myself. When I say, yeah, my mama, I told earlier, my mama, when she didn't go to nothing but the 6th grade, so she had to be young. When she was in school, they called them the short hair gang. Bald head gang or something, short hair gang or something. I said, I was destined to be bald. I was destined to be bald. This is me. But I wanted to start doing twist again. Yeah, that didn't work out. I just don't have the patience to wait. I just don't have the in between. Then when I have to do my own twist, it usually takes me 2 or 3 days to do them. It's bad. My hands be cramped. Oh, it's a bad situation. I said, why am I going through all that? Why am I torturing myself? Fuck it. I'm cutting it back off. It took 6 months almost for my hair to get this big. It not really 6 months, but you know what I'm saying. What I think I'm gonna do in this wintertime, just as bald as I want to be. You said, what? Get me some people cut up to their hairline for baby hairs. Yeah. You said cut up to the hairline for their baby hair. Girl, I told that story earlier when I was cutting my hair. Girl, when I first shaved my hair off, it was like, I think 1999. My ex-husband did it for me. We were living in Germany. He did it for me and tried to edge me up. That's why I don't edge up and nothing like that. Tried to edge me up. He had my doggone hairline back to here. I was so doggone embarrassed. I had to wear a bandana just right here. I had to fold it up real good and wear it just around here because I wasn't ashamed of nothing else. But that around there, baby, I was so mad at him. I went to go update my military ID. Look, I want to find my military ID. I still got it from 1998. You understand? Or 99. You ain't supposed to even take the doggone picture with the bandana on. They gonna tell me, you have to remove that. No, I will not. I don't have no edges. I don't have no hairline. I don't have nothing. Do you understand me? I'm looking real close to George Jefferson, that Marvin Sapp. You see that Marvin Sapp? I'm looking real close to Marvin Sapp at that time. I was so mad at him. If you ever try to edge me up again, that's your tail. You understand me? That's your tail. I will cut you. Yeah, I don't get edge ups no more. I don't even. That's why I said I'm not even going to a barber because I got a feeling they're gonna make me look like masculine, like a man. You know how they edge it up and make you look more masculine than. No, I'm a woman. I'm still a woman. I'm still feminine, but I'm just bald. No medical reason necessarily. It's just a desire. It's a choice. I'm just the medical condition is triflingness. It's just triflingness. You a mess. This trifling girl. Oh well. Y'all done had me for enough time. Thank you so much always for showing up. I appreciate you again. This live sponsored by always that girl number one. Y'all can follow suit though. I'm not monetized and I don't have I can't do super chats and stuff yet. I need subscribers, like, comment on the replay, I think, comment or whatever the situation is. But I need you to subscribe. I need you to subscribe. Watch some other videos. But you can also, even though I can't do super chats and stuff like that, once I get a certain amount of subscribers, what you can do, check out my Cashapp. Hit it up. It's uncomfortable for me, but I will receive it. I will allow you to bless my soul. I ain't never done that. I'm like, oh no, I think I said the same thing earlier. Yeah. Who am I to tell somebody they can't be a blessing to me? I receive blessings. I'm a blessing to people. So yeah, you got to give and receive. You got to do both. It's a give and take. You got to give and receive. You said, I appreciate you so very much standing in your truth. It is what it is, ain't it? I don't know no other way. It's usually not taken very light or kindly. I don't get a lot of support. I don't get a lot of accolade, a lot of atta girls, but I don't know another way. I said, I gotta be me. I have to be me. The crazy thing is always, I'm first having to learn who me is. Who is me? Priscilla as single, empty nester, 50 plus, excuse me, who is me type situation. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm working toward it. I'm moving. As long as I'm moving, I appreciate moving forward, but as long as I'm moving and in motion, I'm good. I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay. I am going to do my third closeout. I told you I'm that pastor that closes out 3 or 4 times. 20 minutes later, they still on there talking. I think once I start talking and having a conversation, then I'm like, oh, now I want to sit on here and talk a little bit more. But no, I don't want to hold you. I know you just getting home. You've been running around. You got a little sip, no pass. A little chomp and eat, no pass. So I'm going to let you go too. So you can join some of your other people that you follow and that you support I appreciate you again. Appreciate you showing up, sending your people, and even supporting me, not just with saying that you support me, but you put your money where your mouth was. Haven't had that. So I'm learning to embrace it. Bless you. I pray that you have a great night. Not just you. I prayed before I came on here that whoever come on here would have a great night. But I pray that you have a great night, that you enjoy this time, this week, the rest of your weekend, and that you rest. You understand me? Get you some rest. You've been running around. You've been taking care of everybody. You know, I'm sure you've been taking care of everybody today. Won't you rest and chill out and do you, doggone it? Get you some time in. Get you some me time in, or whatever situation is. Get your little sip on and do your thing. Get your little something in with your fine piece of something laying. We ain't gonna talk about that. But you said, girl, I truly understand what you said. Yeah, you feel me. So anyway, okay. Have a good night. Thank you guys.